There it is. Hello. Everything froze for a minute. We're live. it's on brand for us, I think. The transition was taking a very long time. I timed it for 3 seconds, and it was like, nope, I'm gonna take like 5 seconds. Hey, we got Rooney, we got Grayson, we've got the main. Hello.
Who else do we need?
Yeah, truly. Retson.
This is true.
This is our new series, The Wild Weird West. Yes, I think that's the Weird West. Isn't that a module for some tabletop game or something?
I think it's a thing for that one we played with the space stuff.
Savage Worlds? Yes,
That's
you're right.
The one, yeah.
It is. What is baby's class? Yeah, the baby. What is the baby's class, Sinead? And Patrick. Soul for
I'll get back to you.
It's because she screams a lot. She's very charismatic, though, so it's fine.
College of Screams is very good. This is us recording our podcast, but live. We used to do this as a supporter-only stream, but we figured, hey, what's the downside, really, of just doing it out in the open? A public stream. And so we're doing it. I didn't plan an intro, and I think that's very obvious at this point. I should have thought about anything. We've got, I believe the captions should be down here, the little CC button built into Twitch. So if you want captions, you should be able to toggle them down there. And you can customize them using just Twitch's built-in tools and stuff like that. The little cog icon. I should make a little thing on the video about that, maybe. That'd be helpful. But yeah, other than that, I'll let Patrick do all of the intros. I think that's it. We added, hey, if you go to merch.nofame.ca, now available is Power Wolf Kill, the t-shirt and sticker and mug and crop top and tank top. Power Wolf Kill available now.
Exclusive Session 0 merch.
Exclusive Session 0 merch. You gotta. Listen, it was too... I think we all had a good laugh with Power Wolf Kill, and it stuck in my head. I couldn't stop thinking about Power Wolf Kill. Amazing. With that, Patrick, take it away.
Hello. My name's Patrick. I'll be your DM this evening. So we're starting a new series. We're calling it Silvistead. And okay, hold on, Justin. What do I say here?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Sinead, I feel your pain now.
This is where the intro music goes.
Come on, guys, this is so easy. Why don't you know how to do it yet?
Yep. Insert information here, etc., etc.
The person by person, I'm here with XYZ.
Okay.
Maybe you can reference what we're doing. I think that's it. That's usually what and anything else.
Bonus points if you remember everyone's name.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. All three of you. Hello and welcome. My name is Patrick, and I am the Dungeon Master of our new series, Silvistead. It's a D&D 5th edition. My God. It's a D&D 5th edition, what we're calling a dire odyssey through the wilds. And I'm here with my good friends, Justin and Sinead and Josh.
I don't know if I liked how long that pause was. That hurt.
I was really thinking about adding something in. I was like, no, he's a good friend.
I
was going to say my good friends,
my
Justin and Sinead, and associate, Josh. I was like, no. I was like, that's a little too Ed from, The old
It is
days.
very Ed and Chad. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And also Josh is here.
Yes. Also, we're joined by Josh. He's here too. Please mute him. Joking.
I don't have that power. Wait, I do for the stream, not for a call.
Yeah. Okay. Do we go from here into the actual game?
There
Go in now, boss.
There will be intro music.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, the intro music goes here.
Listen, Sinead, the next Tall Tower CC sequel, we're gonna have intro music, okay? I was trying something new. I had to see how it felt because I had the music with the lead up and the flashback stuff. I did that for Tall Tower.
Excuses.
And I didn't do that for Shutter Creek, so we'll have intro music for this. I was about to say for CC sequel. We'll have intro music for this. Yeah, you can just whatever you want to say to introduce your campaign, and that'll be the intro music, and then we're in it.
Okay. So, Silvistead is a small town north of the main city, the capital of the continent. The capital is named Arborstone. And Silvistead started off as a base camp for a logging company. The trees in the area grow tall, they grow fast, and they grow thick. It seems to be one of the few places in the world where there is some inherent magic in the land. And because of this, the trees, the logging company is very... because of this, the logging company is a very lucrative business, and it draws a lot of people to the area for work because they pay high, and there is a steady supply of work as the capital of Arborstone is constantly expanding from what it once was. We find our three characters within the town of Silvistead. They've been here for a few months now. They've been signed on as security for one of the logging teams out in the woods. Because it is such a large and dense forest there, and it's a very unexplored land. There's a lot of inherent dangers in the woods, so they need to have security teams. We find Wyatt, Velum, and Arlette waking up from night's rest out in the middle of the woods, in the middle of a job. Arlette, you wake from a memory, a dream of sorts. You find yourself in the woods. You've just left town not long ago. You've been following what you believe to be a team of hunters or trappers through the woods. And you are following along when you see them starting to set up camp as the night is coming in. You're on the edge, the most northern eastern edge of the forest of that surrounds Silvistead, in a smaller town called Cragbin. And this is where you've grown up your entire life. Relatively untouched and unbothered by the royal teams that travel throughout the land collecting taxes and exploring the areas. But recently there's been an uptick in the amount of people coming through the area. Not so much that there's parades of people coming in, but just a lot more than usual. And this team of trappers are new to the area, and they don't seem to be up to anything good. So you've been following them through the area. The past little while, there's been more than the usual amount of green flashes in the night. These are relatively common occurrences that are kind of brushed off as maybe lightning happening somewhere off in the distance. But they've been coming more and more frequently, and perhaps it has something to do with the people that are in the area, or perhaps they're here because of it. You're not sure. But you see them setting up camp. And what would you like to do?
Well, I've been following them for a reason. Have I figured out if this is definitely the people that were being the bad sort that we suspected of them?
They don't seem to be acting like trappers. They're not following any game trails you're aware of. They're not really going to any of the areas you would suspect them to, but they do regularly come back into town, and they're just kind of loud and obnoxious, and maybe a little too well dressed, a little too well armed for trappers and hunters.
Okay. I think ideally she would sort of settle in to watch them for the night to see what the fuck. She's just, I think, following them to get a handle of what the fuck's actually up. So she could maybe like climb a tree that would give her a good vantage of the whole camp, but not like be easily visible. That would be ideal.
Sure. Give me a stealth check and a perception check.
Okay. All right. Amherst dice. Don't fuck me, Justin.
Ah.
Which one do you want first, Patrick?
Give me stealth first.
Stealth.
It's going to be a 20.
That's an 8 for a 10. Just a
That's
nice
next to
clean
20.
10.
That's next to 20.
The 8 is next to 20, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
And then perception?
Yes, please.
Oh.
Is that
Patrick,
for everybody?
that was your Patrick. Your cell phone is too close to your mic.
Oh.
My hurt.
Sorry about that.
I got an 18 for perception.
15, nice. Hold on, I'm trying to open up my dice here. Okay. So as they're starting to set up camp, you see them taking out some canvas tents and the like, and starting a small fire. Again, as they start setting up, like the tents are just too well kept. They're either brand new rich boys from down to the capital or somewhere who are coming out here for the very first time, or they're just 100% not who they say to be. As they're setting up, you notice that on a cart that they've been bringing through the woods with them, which has been giving them an awful lot of trouble, but they seem to be very protective of it, and they're definitely very careful with it. You notice as they're moving things about that there is a rather fine-looking chest, not like an actual treasure chest-looking thing, but more like a large trunk. But it's very finely ornamented. Like you see a lot of small metal pieces on it all over the place. It looks expensive.
Needlessly ornate.
Yeah. And a couple of other things you start noticing, like underneath underneath the like cloaks and everything that they're wearing, you notice a few people take them off, and they have pretty substantial armor on underneath him for someone who's going out in the woods hunting. And you notice that one of them leaves the main trail and starts heading off in a little bit of an arc, starting to, do a little patrol of the area. And because you rolled well on your perception, and he rolled well on perception, and you rolled bad on your stealth, and he rolled bad on his stealth.
We can see each other.
Yes.
Okay.
It's that
Give me
it's always sunny meme of Charlie and other person. My brain.
Dennis.
Mac, thank you. In the restaurant.
Give me a luck roll.
Okay.
It's the straight D20.
Yeah. 19, baby.
19. So you see him coming towards you, and you get the feeling he's coming straight for you. You haven't exactly locked eyes or anything with him, but he is he's definitely heading towards your area.
Okay. I would like to try to use my knowledge of these woods that I grew up in to get the fuck away from him.
Sure.
To hide somewhere else and spy on them again.
Give me a nature check.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, that is a 20. Right? The lighthouse is a
Nat
20?
20?
The lighthouse is 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
With a +1, so
A
21.
beacon guides the way. You know these woods well. You're pretty close to one of the regular game trails, but it also seems like a very odd spot again for someone to set up camp in the night if they were going to be actually trying to trap or hunt. But you know this area pretty well. You make a bit of noise when you're getting down out of the tree, and you can hear him starting to pick up his pace coming towards you, but you manage to duck and hide out in a little like a big cluster of trees that are kind of growing together at the base, and there's some bushes there, and you just manage to hide yourself in it. And you see him come up to the base of the tree where you just were, and from your perception check earlier, you can see that he is wearing a lot more armor than normal. These are definitely not hunters or trappers of any kind, and the armor itself seems very ornate as well. It's worn, it's been used, but it is of a higher quality and has more decoration to it than even a well-paid enforcer or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do
I recognize any of the symbols? Like, does he have any insignia amongst the ornamentation?
Hold on, let me remind myself what the different fucking skills in this game are.
Dungeon Master Guide.pdf.
Battle boats immediately.
Yeah, give me a battle boats check.
Let's do battle boats.
Give me a history check.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage
Okay. Cool. I'll take it.
for a reason I don't want to tell you.
Cool. That's a 15.
Hey.
15? Cool. Okay. It's kind of hard to make out, but these are definitely one of the royal teams from the capital. You've heard of them sending out teams to investigate these green lights in the past, but this is the first you've ever seen one in this area especially. But given the amount of green flashes that have been happening in the past, it's not unreasonable. But you've never heard of them trying to be secretive and not explain why they're in the area. All the stories you've heard of them in the past have been that they are, the gallant knight type of story, that they're very forthcoming and helpful to anybody who might be in need. So it's strange to see them being so incredibly deceptive.
And what would my sense from like the local, I guess, like people and folklore and stuff be about these green lights? Like, how did I grow up thinking of them?
Again, they just kind of seem like a natural phenomenon, almost something akin to lightning or like the Northern Lights type of deal.
Okay.
But some people do have a bit of like a superstition towards them. And you've heard a couple of people from who have made the journey up as far as where your small town is, say that they believe it is the king restoring nature to the way it should be.
Sure. These are the people who like are dedicated enough to some like outlandish beliefs that they've trekked to the back of beyond and arrive in our village. Is that kind of the vibe?
Well, no, the people who say that seem to be like very devout followers of the king.
Okay.
They're the type of people who believe that the king himself is or was a god.
Okay.
And you know yourself that from like even in the small town, there's not much religion, that people think of it much along the same way as they think of magic. It, maybe at some point in time there was a point to it, maybe at some point in time it existed, but what's the point in it? Some people have their small superstitions, but it's kind of akin to, in real life, reading your horoscope. Some people are really into it, some people are not, but there is the odd person who is such a believer that they believe that the king is or was a god or the closest thing to it, and that these green flashes are him restoring the land, whatever that means.
Okay. All right, so I'm
yes,
hiding and Buddy's looking.
Yeah, and he's looking real hard, but he has his weapons drawn, and again, that just doesn't fit the whole vibe of what you've been told about these exploration teams from the king.
Okay. I guess ideally her intent would just be to continue to snoop. So could I like hang out and see if they go all to sleep? I mean, I kind of assume, I guess they're gonna put a fucking guard up now, but I just want to keep snooping. What's up? Something's weird.
I'll say do another stealth check for me.
Okay. This could go well. I got an 11 this time.
Okay, that's better. Slightly. So you see him looking around on the ground for a little while, and you can see he's trying to find some kind of a trail, but you can see from yourself from this distance that even as the light is starting to go down, there's obvious signs that somebody was there. Excuse me. So he goes straight back to his camp, and you can see him having a discussion with the people down there. And yeah, they don't send anybody else back out to do the circling again, but they do have a few people stood up looking around the camp there. And you see one person, it seems to be kind of the leader of the whole group, just takes off the traveler's cloak type of deal altogether, and is standing there in absolutely resplendent armor, and is just standing next to that cart that they were guarding.
Okay. I think she just tries to again settle in so she can continue spying on them until they do something of interest.
Sure.
Because
Well,
there's too many armed people to really get at anything.
yeah, fair enough. So I'll say that with the stealth check you gave and the checks that I just rolled, the rest of the night passes and they pack everything up and you set to following them again. And you come across as you're following them, they come across a small clearing in the middle of the woods. And being familiar with the area, you're not sure that it looked like this the last time you were here. There's just this almost perfectly circular patch of grass in the middle of this clearing that is a slightly different shade from the rest of the grass, and it's kind of overcast out. Give me a perception check. Or nature, whichever you would prefer.
Perception. 14.
14? Yeah, so you look up, it's overcast, and there's just one spot in the sky that seems brighter than the rest. It's like there's clouds are ignoring this one area in the sky. You see the leader of the group has not put back on the cloak and still has been traveling around with just the armor showing. And they stop and he takes something out of the cart and he puts it on his head, and it's a...
Sorry, can you repeat that? My headphones just fucked up.
No, I won't be repeating it. No, he takes a helmet out of the cart that they've followed or bringing with them.
Yeah.
And it once again absolutely spotless, gleaming, and there is a big circle around the back of it, and there are several points coming out of the circle. It just comes out a little bit past his head, not enough that it would hinder his movement or anything, but it's just like a showy piece, and you recognize it as a more of the religious aspect of the king's different symbols. So this person or this team are definitely one of the royal teams, but you've never heard of them outwardly expressing this idea that the king is a god, and for them to be using this religious twist on the king's symbol in their own armor is kind of odd. He picks up the tarp that they have over the cart, flips it back, and you see that chest once again, and it is absolutely gleaming from just the little bit of light that is in the area. He pops it open. You can't see what's inside it as he looks inside, but he reaches in, takes something out, and walks over to the small circle of grass. He lays something in and takes a step back, and for the first time ever, you see one of these green flashes up close. A pillar comes down from the sky and up from the ground almost simultaneously of this bright, absolutely blinding green light. And you look back, blinking, kind of wiping your eyes from the honestly painful amount of light that just came through the area. And it's kind of in the middle of the day, so it's stranger again to see these flashes in the day. Most of the time they're seen in the night. In the area where the green grass was in the circle, there is now a kind of like a packed stone road looking thing like perfect, once again, like perfectly circular. And in the middle of it, there is a white marble bird fountain. And you can see these two red birds that are sitting in it, and they look up as the light settles and fly off into the woods. And you see the man in armor again go forward, pick up whatever it was he laid on the ground, takes a step back, waits a moment, goes back and does it again. And this time, the flash happens again, but there's also a large crack and a large boom as, when you open your eyes again, an absolutely massive tree has grown where this fountain once was. And then, in rapid succession, these flashes start coming again and again, and each time the light seems to dim slightly, and you're able to keep your eyes open, and you see glimpses of, at one point, it's just water from sky to the ground. Next, it is a building, part of a building. You see a person standing there for a moment looking shocked, and with each one of these rapid flashes, the area starts getting bigger and bigger, and you see the people who, the royal team, start taking steps back, and suddenly the next one completely envelops the entire area within sight, including yourself and them. And you look around, and you're in the middle of a very strange looking field. Few sparse trees are around, and they look old and dead and black with purple leaves, and the sky is purple with orange on the horizon, and is flat as far as you can see around you. There's nothing in sight except for you and the people you are following. And they look back and notice you. Another crack, another flash of green light, and you're back in the woods. Another crack, another flash, and you wake up. You are in the camp where you've been on the job in Silvistead.
Oh. Okay.
Wyatt and Velum, you're awake, sitting at the fire just outside of your camp. Hold on. My headset just informed me it's low on battery. So if you said anything, I did not hear it.
No. What's our camp setup? I assume just like little tents or...
Yeah, just your small personal tents. It's just the three of you guys. You have the security detail for probably like 10 or 12. What are they called? Lumberjacks, I guess.
Yeah. All right. She's gonna immediately get up and just start moving, get out of her tent, go to the fire. Okay. Hey, do you guys need help with breakfast? Do you coffee ready yet? Oh, bad sleep.
You all right?
Yes.
You don't look all right. That's why I'm asking.
Coffee?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's right here. I already got it made. It's definitely not burned again, I promise.
Yeah, you know what? It's good. It's great.
It's been getting better, I think.
Pour a big mug of coffee, I guess, and just sit down and like visibly try and get herself back together.
Sure. I feel like now is probably a good time for, as you're all sitting around the fire, drinking your probably burnt coffee. Give us a little description of your characters, and since we just kind of had a little focus on Arlette for a moment, let's start with Josh.
So Velum is about 18, 19 years old, wearing a bright red jacket with a darker cloak on the outside, but red on the inside. Kind of really bright. Has his hair perfectly done because that's important to him, especially being out in the woods with lumberjacks and, got to look good for everybody. But yeah, his clothes are travel worn. They were once super, like, really high quality. Like, they looked like they would come from like a noble background, but they've clearly been slept in for several months in a row. And yeah, he's just slightly falling apart, but like pretending that that's not happening. So yeah, that's Velum, and he's burning the bacon because he clearly just cooks super well over open fire.
To be fair, that's the best way to have bacon.
Crisp would be a good way to have bacon, I think.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Tyrion Lannister on this one. Burnt black.
I like pretty crispy.
I like a good crunch, but like I want to taste the bacon and not charcoal. Which is how Velum is doing it because he doesn't understand that you have to take it away from the heat.
We have one step back from charcoal, maybe two steps back from charcoal.
Yeah.
And Wyatt, if you could describe yourself, or Justin, sorry, could you describe your character?
Right, no, I'm Wyatt, and I'm going to describe myself to the great deities above who asked me. Wyatt is originally I pictured him being an older, like kind of maybe mid-40s-ish, but I was thinking more about it. I think he's probably like late 20s maybe vibe, but still has gray hairs coming in. He's got long hair that's like tied back behind his head underneath like a wide brim, almost like a cowboy's cap type thing. Very like thick bushy beard that always has like a hand-rolled cigarette, almost akin to a cigar for the thickness of how they're rolled. Always has a hand-rolled cigarette kind of poking out from under his beard. He's got like a thick scarf on and like a large overcoat and cloak with like fur lining on, just like along the back of it. On either hip, or both hips, both sides of one hip. Is that how hips work?
I think technically we have two hips. I think it's that's how it's described.
I was just like, wait, his hip?
I think they're separate.
All right, on either side of his hips, he has two very large pistol holsters, where he has some fearsome-looking guns that I'm sure we'll get into at some point. He's just sitting down, drinking coffee. He's got like bags, heavy bags under his eyes, kind of looks a little bit tired. Just reaches over and picks a slice of bacon just out of the pan.
And Arlette.
Arlette is probably around the same age as Wyatt. Like a young adult, but like an adult. And she's got longish brown hair that's up in a braid. That the way she operates is she washes her hair, she puts it in a braid, and then it stays in that until it's unmanageable. And with this sort of like forthright outlook, her clothes kind of match the vibe. She's got just like well-worn leathers and stuff that looks like pretty clearly homemade, but like homemade by someone who knows what they're doing. So it's really patched, but she's got like a decent fur vest and like pants that are reinforced for the woods, and she looks like she's got a handle on existing out here. No weapons on her, but there's a like pretty hefty stick lying near her tent, just kind of discarded. So she's staring into her coffee cup, trying to get her shit together this morning.
Fair. As you guys are sitting around drinking your coffee, the lumberjacks, for lack of a better term at the moment, you can see them. They're coming out of their tents. They're starting to get ready. You guys are in the middle of the woods, not too far from town, there is an actual footpath. This is a fairly regularly traveled area, and you cannot see the sky from where you are. The trees completely blot out the sky. Everywhere you look, there is no horizon. There are only more tree trunks. There is a relatively cleared out area, but even in the relatively cleared out area, there are what you know to be young trees that are, in real life, would be absolutely massive Christmas trees. And that's probably the only area where you can kind of see the sky from underneath where these are, and it's just an area where they've been coming back and logging for an extended amount of time. But again, the trees grow back so quickly that there's just always trees in the area there. Not too long after Velum burns the rest of your food, you can hear someone coming up the path, and you look, and it's another one of the security teams that you guys regularly see. Just it's two guys and another woman, kind of similar to your little team here, I guess. They're kind of dressed, similarly to you guys. Nobody's dressed up in ages old, expensive clothing, quite like Velum is, but somewhere between Wyatt and Arlette's level of clothing, and they all have various different weapons on them. Massive backpacks like the three of you guys have, just steel frame loaded down with gear. And one of the guys, oh no, what did I do with it? Again, all humans. Most people around are humans. You recognize one of the team members, though, a man named Albrecht, and you know this man through work, but he's kind of known for really claiming to have half-elven heritage. You can kind of see it. He does have a bit more of a chiseled face, and he does have some pointy ears on him, but there's no elves. There's never been elves. It's just another trait, but this guy really likes to play it up. And he walks over to you guys and says, "Hey, Arlette, Wyatt, you guys are wanted back in town."
Right, in town. What about Velum?
Yeah, him too, I guess.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure if, maybe one of us had to stay behind for some kind of reason.
I meant like your whole team here, I guess.
Well, you left one of three. You said two of the three.
That does hurt, actually.
Are you guys covering for us?
Just seems
Yeah, we've been sent up as the relief. Not sure what it's about. If I had to take a guess, though, it's probably because one of the other teams hasn't come back in a little while. They were due to come back this last night, I believe, was when they were supposed to be back by. I don't know. That's my best guess.
Huh. All right. Well.
Or were they in the same area, or were they gone somewhere else?
I think they were. I think they were part of. I think they were doing security for the mining team that's being set up. I know there's a couple of mines set up, but they're scouting out for a new one. That's all I got. Boss man said jump. I said pay me first, and then I'll go.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's some race cars around.
Well, yeah, if you want, there's some nice coffee already made over there if you want to grab some of that. And we'll,
Sick.
We'll gather up our stuff, I guess, and, hop to
actually, here, he turns to the other people turn around. And they kind of unclip their tents and toss them to you guys. If they anything else, but I mean, don't bother taking down the tents and everything. It's just a hassle.
Right, I'm gonna go get my belongings, but other than that, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And the three of them just sit down. One of them picks up the coffee, drinks it.
It's good, huh?
It's coffee.
See, Velum, I'm not sure they spent much time in the city, right?
Yeah, no refined taste.
Yeah.
You're right.
No. You just get used to how coffee should taste, and then, you venture out, and it's just kind of a little bit lackluster sometimes.
Yeah, I think I'm using like a darker roast than you guys are probably used to. So
Yeah, I like a nice light roast.
yeah, I mean, you would love it. You'd love it if I could like the press, bring the thing out.
Get the whole get everything, light a nice fire just for it. Yeah.
Yeah, like the company just they just need to put one out here in this section.
Get like a little cheesecloth, strain it through.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, God, why? You know.
Drank a lot of coffee in my day.
Yeah.
Well, Arlette.
Yeah. She's been busy grabbing all of her stuff out of the tent and is now ready to actually leave.
Oh, geez, I haven't even been to my tent yet. We were just talking about coffee.
Yeah, I know. I drank a bunch of it already, and I'm good to go.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. All right.
Well, all right.
Before you guys start off, you hear one of the lumberjacks down further just yelling, not like he's like yelling in pain or anything, but he's just yelling. You hear him just go, get out of here. And you look down and you see there's a couple of wolves have wandered into the camp, and they're over picking at one of the tents down by the lumberjacks there. But as soon as Buddy goes over and starts yelling at them, they run off into the woods.
Oh, Arlette, at like highly caffeinated speeds, is going to grab her large stick and chase after them, and at Buddy, who was just shooing them, yell, "You gotta make sure you hit them so they're scared of us," and then goes after them with the stick.
All right. Give me let me see, what's your speed?
Just 30.
It's 30.
I feel like
You're running after them for, I don't know, a couple of seconds, and you can tell they're just running much faster than you can keep up with them.
they're already afraid of Arlette, is the thing.
Yeah, they know her.
All right, I'm gonna pretend that was a successful thing that I just did and turn around and walk back.
Just walk
Arlette.
back all high and mighty.
Arlette's out there hitting the wolves with her stick, and Velum's leaving burnt bacon at the edges of the camp, like trying to make a pet. Doesn't understand the difference between wolves and dogs.
One of the people who came up with Albrecht, Bairn, he comes over to you, Velum. What the fuck are you doing, man? You actually leaving out food for them? They've been coming into camp more and more often. Like, I don't know why you would be doing this.
Well, because
they're
cute.
Is
They're
this
dogs.
all your fault?
No, they're just dogs. They're just big dogs. Everybody loves dogs. You don't like dogs? What's wrong with you? Why are you getting them off my face? This is your fault. They're dogs. Just let them come eat. They'll just be by our fires. They'll lay down. Keep your feet warm. What's wrong with you?
I guess I'm just not from the fucking city. And he
Yeah.
just turns around and goes back.
I saw this happening. I thought you were trying to poison him.
No. What? Why would you poison? No.
No, I wouldn't. I thought you were.
No. What? Why would I? No.
All right.
Velum just puts his head down.
Listen, I'm happy to know
Pulls
that-
his hood up and is like, "I'm sorry."
I'm happy to know you weren't just out there poisoning him. It's one thing to be attacked by him, it's another thing to just be malicious for no reason, right?
I mean, yeah, just try to make friends. Isn't that what we're out here to do? Is make friends in the wilderness?
I'm out here to make money.
Not with the wild animals, though, Velum. We're literally out here to protect these men from being attacked by them.
Yeah, best offense is a good defense. No, best defense is a good offense, right? Let's get in their heads.
Best defense is a good friendship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, Wyatt's on my side. He's picking up what I'm putting down.
No, I think that's the point you were trying to make.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying it.
No, but you did. You said it out loud. They were your words.
All right.
Well, let's head back to town without any burnt bacon in our pockets, and we can address this later.
Velum just pulls out a bunch of burnt food.
The other guy comes back over. Fuck's sakes! Just picks it all up. Yeah, you guys aren't too far from town. It's one of the more well-traveled paths here, so it's easy to find your way back. In a couple of hours, you find your way back here.
During the walk back, you just have to listen to Velum talking. He's like, yeah, like at the university, like they did like studies where like, you know, they did like friendship with animals, and like the ones that were the friendliest were the ones that came up to fires, and then they like there's an actual study. Like this is a thing. Why don't you guys get it? That's the whole walk back.
I've never been to university. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, it's a thing. You gotta read. Why? You gotta read more.
I read.
Like smart people did this. Like they wrote it down. They like did this thing.
Not smart.
And like their ears like got floppy and their tail got curly.
What happened with the ones that didn't come up to the fires?
They just never came up.
What
they
did
just
they?
like they stayed in the dark, and they stayed. I guess
Velum
they
never-
stayed
They
being
stayed
wolves.
Next
dangerous
level
animals.
They did stay dangerous animals. You're
Yes.
right.
Okay. All right. Just want to follow all the little
Yeah.
avenues of thought through this.
I mean, you're not wrong, but these ones, they're coming up to us, so logic says that they're
There's-
the good ones.
They must be friendly.
Yeah.
We'll address that sometime when I can think of a way to convince you.
Right, if you want to spearhead
something I
that,
never
that'd be
wrote
great.
down. What's all your passive perceptions?
Not great.
11.
Oh,
12.
13.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And what are you all trained in? We'll do that one at a time.
I am trained in perception, if that counts for anything.
Okay. What else are you trained in?
Sleight of hand, stealth, and deception.
Okay. Arlette?
I got animal handling, athletics, medicine, religion, and survival.
And Velum?
Well, okay. Weird. So I have expertise in deception and performance, proficiency, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival, but I also have half proficiency in everything.
Fucking birds.
Okie dokie. Nerd.
Yeah.
That's what university gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a general studies student, so
Well, with all of that, I will let either Arlette or Velum make a perception or nature check, or one of you guys can have advantage.
Perception or what?
Nature. Or animal handling, actually.
Okay, can Arlette go on a rant about the specific habits of wolves and how they change when people start feeding them? And like, I don't know about your scientific studies, but if you want to talk about examples, here's a bunch of examples that I can tell you about the villages around where I grew up, and she'll go off on a rant about that. And do animal handling as she like gets really into describing the like behaviors of wolves.
Go for it.
Are you going to give me advantage, or
are
you going to roll?
I was gonna roll. I was gonna
Okay,
roll
yep.
nature just for fun.
No, that's fine.
Just
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looking around.
I got a 19 in animal handling.
I got a nat 20 for 21 in nature.
Ooh.
Amazing. I love this. So, as you guys are having this argument about the nature of wolves, one of you notices that there's a lot of wolf tracks on the trail, just going in every direction, and
They just get so brazen, and they'll walk anywhere that people have already been, and they'll go all over the trails, and they'll follow people.
Yeah, I mean it's a generational thing. Like they'll follow people, and then like their pups will be like even friendlier, and then you don't even have to give them bacon to make them follow you. They just follow you around, and then you have like this cute little doggy.
yeah. So you guys essentially notice that there is a lot of wolves around the area, and as the guys back there said, they have been around a lot more lately, and almost like pushing into the town a little bit, and it's kind of getting towards the winter months now, but it's still odd to see them almost going into more of a scavenger mode, even more so than they normally would be, especially trying to push into a human encampment or
Yeah.
town. But you guys make it back to the town with no issues. Just notice a lot of wolf tracks around. And you see, waiting outside the gate, actually, is kind of a shorter, more stouty-looking guy. He's definitely got some dwarf in his family. Just really stocky, still definitely human, but he's got the big beard and the big muscles. But he's a bit of a shorter fella. Ander, you know him to be the manager, I guess we'll call him, of the security teams for the logging teams. He raises his hand up as he sees you guys pass the tree line. Around the whole town, there is just like, I don't know, 20 to 30-ish foot area that they just keep totally clear of trees. And you see a couple of people down, cutting down some smaller growths in the area. But it's a full-time thing that they just keep this area around the main wall of the town totally clear.
There's one guy who's constantly complaining because he keeps finding bacon bits as he's tearing up shrubs.
You just hear one guy go, "Ooh, piece of bacon."
It's all this fucking bacon.
Yeah. See,
But,
making friends.
Ander raises his hand up. Hey guys,
Andrew?
Good day.
glad you can make it back. We got one of the newer security teams were assigned to follow along with oh my god, hold on, I have this wrote down somewhere. The name of the
Says
logging
Anders.
camp.
Yeah. Pulls out of his like breast pocket, like, fuck, who's this guy?
Fuck it, we'll get back to it. They were assigned to one of the new mining teams, I guess we're going to call them, from the logging company. They're out scouting around for some new places. I guess they're branching out from just the wood. But they were due to check back in yesterday evening, and last night we made the call that we're going to get someone to go out. You guys are already close by and in the area ready to go, so we sent you in some relief. I guess you already met with them, obviously. But yeah, they're meant to be, let's see, southeast of us, about a day's walk through the woods there. I'll come inside. You guys follow him back in and follow him back through the office. There's a couple of gates around town, but this is one of... Oh, hold on. Low battery, please recharge headset.
Heads up.
They heads up. This is probably what would be the main gate in and out of town. There's a building built into the actual walls around town. The walls themselves were obviously once trees, and even though they were cut down and put in place to form a wall, you can see in a few places branches coming off of them. A few parts of the wall almost look like they have roots. But the building itself is mostly stone and just much more well decorated. It was probably one of the first stone buildings made in this area, but it's meant just as a, I don't know, a bit of a showy part of town, but it is the main headquarters that you guys report to, and there are sleeping quarters inside, but not many. Mostly new people would stay in them, so you definitely stayed here at one point. But you follow Ander back into his office, and you see him flipping through a couple of pieces of paper on his desk. He's like, I know I got it here somewhere. And he hands you guys a little map, and it's all hand drawn, but like you can see that they've kind of scaled this off of an actual map that somebody did up at some point, so it's not too bad. Someone give me a investigation check. I'll let you guys decide who gets to do it.
I'm trained in investigation, if that counts for anything.
Go for it. I don't want it.
Yeah. I'm half proficient in it, so not great.
Half is great.
Here we go. Hey, 14 total.
14. You get the gist of where it's meant to be. You've gone to a couple of jobs out in that general direction, so you feel like this is a decent map showing you to the area where they're supposed to be. So he hands you the piece of paper, and he's like, I'm not really expecting there to be any issues with them. They probably, the mining team's probably hanging them up. They got into something. Maybe they found something good. I don't know. Just need to send somebody out to check. And you guys were kind of geared up for it already. So what you guys were doing was routine, but yeah. So if you guys could head out there and just, either send them back, relieve them, or come back yourselves, let us know what's up.
Right. I did have a question. So you got this mining security team, right? Probably have some kind of designation like MG4 or something, right? I was thinking, we've been here a little bit now. We've been here a couple of months. I think we're pretty good. I was thinking like our team could be like, because we're security guards, right? Maybe our team could be
Silvistead guards, maybe.
Silvistead guards. Yeah, and number 1. So SG1 would be our team designation in terms of organization and admin purposes.
A shorthand could be pretty handy. Beats the hell out of writing down everybody's names and everything. Maybe we could do up like a list.
Oh, your phone, Patrick. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I could do up like a little list of like SG teams, and maybe we could come up with like little symbols or something for when we send you guys out through the gate.
Through the town gate.
Yeah. Through the town gate, yeah.
Well, have a think about it. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. I don't know if one suits you guys.
Why not?
But I mean, you are the first one to come to me about this idea. So.
There you go. It's the order
something there
that people approach you. That's the number they get.
And I mean, and we are pretty awesome.
Fair.
So
yeah. Something to think about, Anders. If you get bored.
Ander.
I
Yeah.
thought there was more than one. I thought there was 2 of you.
No.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Ander.
No, that's all right.
That was my only question. If I'm honest.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I'm just going to write that down here. SG1. All right, I got that locked in there.
Right.
Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. Like your brain must have just been like kaboosh.
Got bored on the walk, and they were talking about wolves the whole time, so I had nothing better to really think about.
Well, fair point, actually. The wolves have been a bit of an issue.
I wonder why. Looks that fell.
I don't know what that's about, but yeah, maybe if you guys just notice any more wolves around, just let me know when you get back. I mean, we might have to get somebody to look into this eventually.
There are a lot more tracks on the path we came in on, so
Really?
make sure you got a guard out.
I'll have to send SG too.
I mean, maybe it might not hurt to like invest in like a trainer or something where we can, like turn our enemy into to our friend.
No, you got to get big sticks. You got to make sure that we get us hitting them so that they know that they can't fuck with us.
Or we get like, instead of using a stick, we can use like a carrot type of methodology.
Or you can do something like this, and Wyatt quick draws both of his revolvers in up. These work out. These work.
I like the stick idea, Arlette. You work on that, and
It's a nice middle ground.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know about the guns. I mean,
I'm not saying shoot them. I'm just saying they're loud
well,
as fuck.
what were you saying?
No.
They're loud. Scare them off.
Oh.
Or shoot them
yeah.
if they're attacking me. I'll shoot them.
Oh, we talking loud and you just see like a bagpipe whip around.
Not again.
I mean, I think if you have more bagpipe players, that might be the most humane. Oh, not for the settlement though. Not for the settlement.
Very
I don't think
inhumane.
anybody wants. Nobody wants even one, let alone multiple bagpipe
What? But
players.
you guys have no sense of rhythm. Okay?
You're right.
All of you. Why can't you just let me appreciate this?
Bagpipes a rhythm instrument?
Well, I mean, when I'm tapping my foot, yeah. It'd be great if you would use your stick. You could like do a bass line for me.
Put a couple little bells.
I gotta do it all by myself. Yeah.
We'll work on it.
Put a little boost.
It's a long walk down to
at the bottom
to this
of it.
mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Wyatt's on it.
I'm not going to be involved. I'm just putting it out there.
You can like spin the chambers of your revolver.
Hey guys,
It's not good for us.
you guys
Ander,
go.
yes.
You guys go on and
Yeah, I
work
suppose
this out somewhere far away where I won't have to hear anymore.
probably near
bagpipes.
the mining team, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, worst case scenario, scare away some wolves. Hopefully.
That's the plan.
Ander, we're out of here.
That physically hurt me.
Do you want? Yeah. Do you want to take a D4 of psychic damage because it could be vicious mockery?
100%.
Ander has a nosebleed.
Yeah.
All right. Could we take a quick break there? This isn't where I'd want to do like a split or anything like that, but I need to
Use the bathroom for those
BRB.
2 bottles of water that you just chugged.
Yeah, I also need to. Oh, hold on, I haven't finished this one, but I also need to refill my water supply.
Yes. Well, yeah, we will take a 5-ish, 10-ish, somewhere in between minute break, and we'll BRB, everybody.
Ander will be right back.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Hey, there we go. I know what I did wrong with the transition, how I set it up wrong, and I'll fix it later. We're back. We were just singing. Silent night nuts. We're back, baby. Not quite done episode 1. Just kind of still in the midst of episode 1. Patrick. Take it away.
Yes. All right, you guys. You guys want to leave town right away?
I mean,
I got nothing to stay for.
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah,
We've
you
got
guys are
everything.
pretty well prepared. I did forget to mention that in your company provided backpacks, you all have a med kit.
CPBs? Or CPBs?
Sure, I feel like you're trying to go with the. We'll call them MALPs for short. We'll figure out what it stands for later.
We're gonna get sued. Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. Bring back the show and then talk about suing us.
Yeah. Everything's free and parody, right?
Yeah.
True.
That's how it works.
That is how it works.
Somewhat. Yeah, you guys all have a med kit, and in the med kit you have your basic medical supplies, but you also have 3 small vials. They're essentially really itty bitty tiny health potions that will bring you to 1 HP.
Oh,
So
so they're
they'll
like-
give you 1 HP, or you can give them to someone who's down to bring them, like stabilize them, and bring them to 1 HP.
Great.
Yep. And it can also be used, like if you do you can do a med check, like a medicine check on someone who is down, and but you will need to have that kit on you to do that, to stabilize them. Or, something along the lines of a med kit.
I was just trying to convert MALP because med kit starts with M. I got no medical
Medically assisted
Those are the words I had. So
lumberjack.
provisions.
Oh,
medical assistance for lumber people.
Lumber people.
Yeah, lumber persons, lumber personnel,
Medical
assistance for lumber personnel.
medical assistance lumber provisions. I like provisions. It doesn't matter. This is
Provisions.
what we're talking
know.
about.
No, truly. Yeah.
This is very important. We need to figure this out right now. Somebody else will give us a list of every other acronym in Stargate, and we'll get us all done now. We won't have to do it later.
There'll be a shirt for this next week. I'll try not to violate the
Yeah.
Geneva Convention with it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's our new thing, is a new shirt every week.
There's like violating the Geneva Convention.
No, that's been our thing for a while. Yeah, you guys leave town, head out towards the area indicated on the map. Everyone give me a... What's the thing I'm looking for? Give me a survival check,
Oh
everybody.
god. It's not going to be great.
14.
Same.
Getting that one.
Great. You're the one who knows where they're going, got the nat one. You still know where you're going, but you are going to be leading them.
One of us
astray
turns
quite a
the
bit.
map around because he had it upside down. Wait a sec.
Arlette's just
Uh,
walking southeast. She's like, they said
Oh.
it was this way.
Oh,
That was Arlette.
yeah. I found this. Yeah, so you guys start walking along. You're following the trail for the most part, and then Wyatt begins to lead you off trail. You think you know a bit of a shortcut.
I do. When we were on the way up here, Velum, I don't know if you remember, because we came up kind of at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Buddy, the fellow that was there guiding us up, showed us this little path. I figured we'd just take it, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm the city kid, so like, I guess I trust you. I mean, I'm assuming you remember what the trees looked like coming in. So
I mean, they all look the same. Hard to miss them.
that doesn't make me feel any better about following you down this path. Then
Who truly is able to tell all the trees? Arlette, do you have any idea about if these trees are different?
Than other trees in the most of them. I mean, I would say every single one of them's different than the other ones, really. But if you want to go on
Right.
this path, I mean, Anders said that team's probably fine. We could just like,
Probably fine. Yeah,
See
so
what
we
happens?
can, in case we get a little lost, it's all right. Okay.
but if you're confident, man,
I wouldn't say confident. I just, I'm not
would
a
you
woods.
like one of us to
I'm not a
look
woods
at
person.
the map?
If you want to take a look at the map, you can go right ahead.
As far as you can tell from looking at the map, he's leading you in the right direction.
Good job, buddy.
Right. All right. Well, let's hop to it, I guess. Keep going.
So you guys are traveling for the better part of the day, literally through the wilds, completely off the beaten trail, from what beaten trail there is.
Really?
When you-
fuck, I ripped my shirt again.
It just grows in so quick up here. This used to be a path. I swear.
It starts to become nighttime. It starts to get dark. and you feel like it's probably time to set up camp.
We'll
So we
that.
don't make it to the spot.
No.
Were we supposed to make it to the spot today?
Yeah, it was a day's walk.
It was a day's walk, but
Mhm.
counting the time that I mean, that's 24 hours, right?
Oh, I guess we did have to get into town,
Yeah.
and Velum had to get rid of all the bacon that was in his pockets.
Yeah.
I kept a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, by that logic, should be a short walk tomorrow. It's just past the next
All
tree.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we may as well stop, right?
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
let's get it all set up then.
Well, we'll tucker it out.
What's the vibe been in the woods? Is there like
Chill.
Oops.
It's
sound
just us.
like a lot
Yeah.
of like predators around? Like, have there been more signs of stuff out in the wilds than there would be near the like paths that we're used to traveling?
Give
Or
me a...
do I know how to tell?
Yeah, give me an animal handling check.
16?
16. You notice trail markings around the area. Around town, there was definitely a lot more wolf tracks, but
Okay.
you haven't been noticing more than usual as you got further away from town. Give me an investigation check.
Me
Yes,
or everybody?
just you.
Okay. Okay. I've rolled another lighthouse.
Hey.
Oh, sick.
And plus 1, so 21.
Sick. The wolf trails that you noticed around town, there were a lot of them, so maybe you're just seeing things, but it seems like some of them are missing feet or something.
Oh, like the tracks aren't quite right?
Yeah, there's something. Even like, I mean, I know you got a nat 20 and it's a success or whatever, but even with that, it just seems like there's something wrong with the wolf tracks. There are definitely wolf tracks, but it's almost as if there's like part of their tracks are missing.
Okay. And that's out here too, or just the ones that are around town?
Even the ones you've seen outside of town have been, not all of them, but some of them just look stranger.
Patrick, can you say it almost seems like parts of the wolves are missing again? And this is my reminder to myself when I'm editing to look into ordering you a pop filter.
Say what again? Sorry.
It looks like it looks like some parts of the wolves are missing.
It looks like some parts of the wolves are missing.
Thank you. And I'll edit that over.
Peter Piper picked a pile
Don't
of
pop more
peppers.
into the mic. It's not helping anybody. It's the worst thing to do.
My apologies.
Oh, god damn it.
God, even I can hear that.
It's loud.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to order you.
A little clap marker for you to find that.
That doesn't help me at all. I'm going
It does.
to- I'm going to order you a pop filter.
I got another one.
Sorry to interrupt. That felt important, and it felt like something that was easier to fix this way than in post
How's
production.
this?
It was so bad.
Some parts of the wolves. Yeah, so do with that information as you will. Some of the wolf tracks are wrong, as if some of it is missing.
All right. I'm gonna keep that to myself because it sounds crazy.
Should we get a fire going? Cook?
Yeah, I can make dinner.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the only way to get better is to keep doing it, right?
That's the
Yeah.
spirit.
It's gonna be
Um,
great.
Josh?
Yeah.
Are you
Oh, no.
you're keeping track of your skills on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how to add custom skills?
Yes.
Go ahead and add cooking.
Oh, do not.
Yes. Where's Ann Bethel?
Skill.
Right?
You don't have to do it right now.
Okay,
Sam
are
took
not-
that feat.
You're.
in CR.
I don't care the fact that you're a bard. You're not trained in this.
I don't
in
get
any way,
half
shape, or
proficiency
form.
in cooking.
No.
Okay,
That's the big end goal for Velum.
Yeah. What's my modifier in it then?
0.
Wouldn't it be wisdom, maybe intelligence?
Dexterity,
No,
Ooh.
this is its own
charisma.
thing.
I cook with love.
Custom
Okay.
skill.
Do not
Okay.
let me have charisma because I have
Which-
high charisma.
It's not charisma, but which of the other okay, intelligence or wisdom?
That's I have 10 in both of those. So 0
one?
and 0.
Which one would you like it to be?
Cooking.
Oh, it should be wisdom.
It's got to be wisdom because you're just like adding
Throwing
as you go.
stuff together,
Yeah, a pinch of
feeling
salt
it.
here.
Sure.
Okay, I'll make it a
Wisdom it is.
If he starts baking, he'll have to roll intelligence.
Yeah.
100%. That totally tracks. You might get some dexterity modifiers at points in time, depending on like if you're cooking with a wok.
Right, you make
Yeah.
dinner. I'll scout. I'll do a little perimeter while we're settling in for the night.
All right.
Wyatt, give me a perception check.
Perception. Garbage. 5 total.
Good. Out in the woods, out in the wilds, like you guys are right now, the trees are further apart. They are very, very large, though. They are. If you went up to hug one, you wouldn't be able to, wrap your hands around it in any real meaningful way, except maybe to grab some handholds to climb it. But they are substantially bigger than they are closer to town. And like I said, further apart. There is some undergrowth around, smaller bushes and things, but not enough that it really blocks your line of sight. The most that's going to be blocking your line of sight from where you're setting up camp is just going to be the natural rolling of the land. So like if you guys were walking through the woods at night and you were specifically looking for somebody with a fire lit and you knew the general area of where they were, it wouldn't be hard to find them.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But you guys also are familiar enough with working in the area now that you know how to make a campfire that's going to burn hotter with less smoke, less light, hide it a little bit. You know the general bits of information you need to keep yourselves more safe. I'm just saying that that's the way it looks in the area. I'm not trying to say that that's don't light a fire. Do what you want.
We can dig down 2 holes, connect the holes underneath. I saw that.
Now
on
you're
Tik-
thinking with portals.
I'm thinking with TikTok. I think.
Now you're thinking with ticks and tocks. Clicks and clocks, sir.
Wyatt heads back. Well, I've really not much going on. I don't think.
Trees.
Seems quiet. And Bethel's in my mind. Arlette. Let me say that again. Arlette. I don't know if you want to go tell the difference between any of those trees over there or not, but everything seems fine that way.
Sounds good. I'd say Arlette's probably, if Velum's cooking, Arlette's been like setting up the tents and maybe like going off to dig a hole in an appropriate spot for us and doing the just shitty camp labor.
Cool.
I'll give you a hand with it. I was just taking a little walk.
No, it's good. It's fast. It's easy.
Velum, give me a cooking check.
Here we go.
13.
Hey.
13? Okay, cool.
Passable.
I've cooked some 13 meals.
Oh, buddy.
Several, to be honest.
Yeah, most of them I would probably say.
Yeah, it's passable. It's nice. It's decent.
This might be your best work yet, Velum.
Aw. Thanks, Wyatt.
It
I
genuinely
really tried. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it tastes fine. So
I mean, it's just our hard trail rations with, some hard cheese melted on top. But
I mean, you made the best out of it, I think.
thanks. I appreciate
Melted
that.
cheese is an automatic +2.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, if he wants, I can take most of the watch or whatever tonight. If either you need a good rest out of it.
I'm game to take my fair watch. It's all good.
Well, now I feel obligated that I have to take a watch as well. So
You don't have to, Velum. I'm telling.
no,
That's the reason I
will.
offered.
No, you know what? I think you should get your sleep too.
Yeah, I just I have a feeling I won't really get much sleep. I think I'll be. Listen, if you need to get a good night in, I'm fine with it. I just need a little nap tomorrow. I'm sorted.
Are you worried about sleeping tonight, Wyatt?
No, I
Something
just
going on?
no. I'll just keep an eye out. Is what I'm saying. Y'all were complaining about the wolves and everything, right? It's just seems suspect.
All right, well, wake one of us up if you do get tired.
Yeah, no problem. I can do that. I mean, if I can split a watch. I'm not saying don't take a watch. I'm just saying I'm happy to cover team effort, right?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We'll do normal watches.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so Wyatt's going to take first watch.
Yeah.
And Velum and Arlette go to bed just side-eyeing.
Yeah, just like I'm not gonna be able to sleep this first 4 hours. God damn it!
Velum's instantly sleep after saying
No, he needs a soft mattress to fall asleep instantly on.
I picture him bringing some kind of fluffy pillow or something.
Like the eye mask.
It's his most well cared for
Yeah.
item
He's got silk pajamas.
that have their
crumble,
own
it's fun.
silk bag that he
Yeah.
puts them inside of, which goes inside of another bag to protect it.
He
Yeah.
breaks out a cucumber. Just cuts little
Yeah.
spots on his eyes.
Oh my god.
Hey, skincare is important,
It is.
especially out in
Wyatt-
the woods.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check
Oh,
for
God.
your first watch.
Should I I've been rolling the same dice over. Maybe I'll switch it up. I'm gonna roll my tall tower special one.
That one's been doing me a lot of good stuff tonight.
Uh-oh.
6. I did
Ah.
technically
6?
did better.
All right.
It's a nice fire.
And so Velum and Arlette are asleep.
I guess so.
Yeah. Against her better judgment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me I'm just gonna say Constitution check.
Me?
Yeah, Wyatt, please.
A saving throw?
No, just a Constitution check, just to see if you fall asleep before waking one of them up.
I thought you were gonna say get poison from Velum's food or something.
No,
No, it was a
will not know.
13. God.
17
17? Okay, yeah.
for a
So
straight check.
your watch goes without issue, and you notice yourself starting to nod off, so you decide to wake someone up.
Arlette, you're muted.
What?
Arlette, your
What?
watch.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Did you see anything? What's going on?
No, I kept the fire going. That's about it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Arlette gets up and takes watch.
Give me a perception check for your watch.
6.
6? Awesome. All right. Well, Velum, you know what you need to do for your watch when it comes up.
I know.
You need
I
to roll.
know. I know. I need it.
It's all on you. Your watch also goes by without issue. You don't notice anything. Is there anything specific you would want to do during your watch? I should have asked you that as well, Wyatt.
No.
No.
Wyatt just oiled his guns, basically.
Okay. All right. Well, Arlette, your watch ends without issue. You can see the sketchy blue beginning to come through, but you know it's still a few hours before a proper amount of light.
All right, I'll wake Velum up.
Sorry, still not used to that.
Boy, you need to calm down. You've been out here a while.
You're not used to waking up.
Yeah, in the woods.
Oh, okay.
Boy, I tell you what.
It's because she hit me with the stick.
I don't understand how else you wake people up in the woods.
Fair point.
Oh.
All right. Velum, give us your perception check.
Here we
You
go,
know what
Lux
to do.
dice. 9.
I mean, upside down.
I know.
It's so close.
Pretty close.
Next time, guys.
Yeah.
Next time you'll notice something.
Next time we do characters that can have perception skills.
Mine's
All
not
right.
that bad.
Is there anything
I did rolls
specific
just like
you want to
trash.
do during your watch, Velum?
Velum would just be like practicing the fingerings on his flute
Okay,
without actually playing it because it's quiet time.
fair enough. All right, your watch also goes by without incident. Wyatt, give me a. This is technically the second one because we have one in session 0. Give me a trauma check.
Dun, da, 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 da. 13? I don't add anything, right?
No,
Okay, 13.
13. You have a bit of a nightmare during your sleep. It's not as bad as the ones that you've had in the past, but you still wake up when Velum hits you with a stick, as per Wood's rules. You still wake up with that foreboding sense that you get from it.
Did you have to hit me with a stick?
Arlette told me that's how you wake people up in the woods.
God damn it.
She's
All right.
laughing, pretending to be asleep.
Yeah.
We could hit the. We're intense, Arlette. All right.
All right.
Breakfast. Should we breakfast? Should we get
Cooking
leftovers?
check.
What?
I just assume Velum is going to be cooking.
Yeah, I was already. I was cooking before I woke them up, so we'll see if it's burning as I.
You started as soon as your watch started.
Yeah, 16.
Hey.
16. Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm doing great.
I think
This
you are
bacon's-
getting better.
Yeah, this bacon's passable.
You put the cheese between 2 rations.
Yeah.
Call it a delicious cheese sandwich.
Grilled rations.
Yep.
It's all right.
You know what? For your exemplary cooking skills, I'm going to give you the first DM inspiration.
Hey.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
I'm ready to go. That's just advantage on a roll?
Yeah, it's essentially a D20 you can use. I'm just
On
gonna
a
say
D20
for-
roll, isn't it?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
whatever D20 roll you want.
Yeah. Let's go.
So imagine adding a D20 to a D4 roll. This healing potion deals restores 1d4 plus 4. I'm gonna add a D20.
Yeah, right.
Girl dinner inspo.
Girl dinner inspo.
Vel dinner, Vel dinner, Vel dinner.
All right. Yeah, you guys pack up your camp and continue on your way. Not too long after you guys start walking along again, you start seeing the trees up ahead get less dense, and you see that the ground begins to rise up a bit more in front of you. and you come to, well, you see it well before you come up to it, but there is a bit of a mountain in front of you, or a hill. It's hard to say because you can't see up the entire length of it. But it is definitely far more rocky. The trees are still growing thick and strong, but they're different types of trees than throughout the rest of the woods, and they're kind of gnarled and curling around the rocks and things. And you pick up on the trail that, if had you followed, would have led you here. And as you continue along, you find actually, Arlette, give me a nature check.
I got another nat 20. I swear to God, I'm not lying about these things. This was on the fun one with the...
Yeah.
Ooh,
Liquid
nice.
cores, baby.
I wish I had to remember to bring mine.
Nature's +1 again, so 21.
You see the wolf trail markings, the wolf footprints, whatever you want to call them, picking up significantly as you go through the woods and come out onto the trail. And more of them are the strange wolf trail that you had seen before.
Are you trying to think of tracks?
Yes, oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, my brain sucks, dude.
Sorry,
It
Patrick. I was literally
sucks.
writing that word when Josh
Thank you.
said it.
Like, oh my god.
I was trying to think of a good time to interrupt, and I was like, I'll let him have
No,
one
no.
more.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. My thing inside my skull doesn't work very well. I know it's brain. It's the joke.
Your wolf prints inside.
Your wolf prints are, the tracks of the wolves are, more and more of them are like the strange ones you saw in our town. You notice one set of them in particular is wider than the others and much deeper.
Okay.
And you can definitely tell that whatever this one is bipedal. It's definitely walking on 2 feet.
Okay. I'm going to pull them over and be like, okay, this sounded crazy before, but now we're out, like, well away from the settlement, and you guys gotta look at this with me because there's some fucked up wolf shit going on. Look, maybe you can make friends with them, Velum, but, like, something's wrong here. And I'm gonna point out how you can see that, like, these aren't the right spacing for wolves, and they look like they don't have the right number of limbs for wolves, and, like, I don't know what it means, guys, but
you can tell that from...
keep an eye out.
You can tell that from looking at the tracks.
That's what I'm saying. You got, okay, so you look at this one here, like, okay, so these ones are, like, pretty normal wolf tracks.
We're all hunched over tracks.
Yeah.
I will say, as she points it out to you, you guys can definitely pick up on it. Like, she shows you your own tracks and like compares it to one of the sets that actually looks like, you know, regular wolf tracks, and you can definitely see what she's saying. And there is one set of tracks that are clearly much bigger and more well defined than the others that is in a bipedal set of tracks. I think I'm just oversaying that word now, trying to make up for it.
So Arlette, what do you think we should be doing about it?
I have no fucking idea, but I didn't want to be the only one keeping my eyes out, so heads up.
Heads up, right. We'll keep our heads up.
Wyatt, you hear someone running nearby.
Wolf.
They're definitely in a panic. You can hear some clattering as they're running, and
wolf in armor.
You see someone tear around a corner, and it's someone dressed up in regular SG gear, but it's definitely
some nice camo green.
Yeah, it's very tattered. Their backpack is gone. They have no weapons, no equipment hanging off them anywhere. Shredded. Their arm looks like it's been bleeding profusely, and they just run out and stop in front of you guys, grab onto one of you. It's like, Oh, thank God you're here. This woman is a beefier woman. She is. You can see the muscles on her. She's basically another Arlette at this point. It just makes it that much more disconcerting that even though she's a newer SG member, my God, this is going to be a thing.
I was going to say that people, if anyone tunes in, they're going to be so fucking confused.
Yeah. We are not playing a Stargate game. Yeah, even though they're a newer one, like seeing someone who, has this many muscles outwardly showing is, and in this state, is kind of disconcerting. She just grabs onto you, Wyatt, and is like, thank God you're here. They're walking the wolves, and she just kind of sits down and just stares off into the ground with a blank face completely.
Wyatt'll throw off his pack next to her and grab the medical kit and just start checking to see if she has wounds. He's brushing down the wounds and trying to
sure, give me a medicine check.
You're sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, while Wyatt's doing that, Velum is walking in the direction she came to see what she's running from, if it's coming this way.
Oh, Arlette
Sure.
then is running to try and keep halfway between Velum and the two of them.
I'll be
maybe
fine.
we should stick together, guys. If there's, I mean,
Yeah,
oh
I
boy.
don't think Velum would go out of eye shot, but he just wants to see if something's immediately coming towards us.
Okay.
Yeah, both of you give me a perception check.
I rolled a 13, by the way.
13? Okay.
4.
4.
Sorry, what kind of check?
Perception.
That would
Sorry,
be
perception.
16.
16? Velum, you don't, but Arlette, you hear some commotion down further as you run around where she was coming from. You see that there's a cave entrance here. You can see that there was clearly signs of an encampment set up here. This is definitely where they set up for the night or however long they were going to be here. It is absolute chaos in this little camp. The tents and everything are completely shredded. Any gear around is totally destroyed. You see some weapons. But you hear some commotion from down further in the cave, but you don't hear anything coming towards you guys. Wyatt, was it 13?
Yeah.
You, as you're going through her wounds, you kind of cut off the sleeve on her arm and get a look at it, and you can see a deep gash, like 2 or 3 claw marks going down. One of them is very deep. She's bleeding profusely. It looks like it was very recent. Maybe if it didn't just happen, it happened not long ago. She's been running, so it's it's pumping out pretty fast. But you get some stuff out of the medkit and manage to get it bandaged up well enough that she's not going to bleed out to death there in front of you.
What's your name?
That's a good question.
Just felt rude.
That's a concussion symptom.
Yes.
My name is Kara.
Kara. What? You said they're attacking you.
We came out here with the mining team, and they found the cave here. They found mineral deposits and things. We were going to set up, and someone was going to head back into town, but the wolves have been following us, and we were keeping them at bay. But they came at us in the night, and they were walking on 2 legs, and some of them had spears and sticks. They took all of the mining team and dragged them off. We managed to fight them off for a bit, but they took the others, and I went in after them, and I just got out.
They took him into the mines or somewhere else?
Into the cave.
Right. And no one else you're the only one that got away.
Yes.
All right. Well, here, drink some. Here, take some water. Here, this is like a grilled cheese ration. It's really good. You can have some of that. And
Thank
just
you. Appreciate the water.
take a breather for a minute. Velum, did you say anything?
No, it's just like the cave opening.
Right. What should
And I
we
mean,
do?
Arlette's been yelling at me the whole time because she thinks I'm going to run away, but...
We should get you one of those little leashes that fastens to your back.
I don't think I need one of those.
No, it was a bad suggestion.
Wyatt, you see her. She picks up the med kit you had, and you can see her going for the vials there that are in the med kit.
You know, if you put one of them on your wounds, that actually might do you some good.
Okay. And she takes it and she kind of hauls back part of her bandage and pours it into it and starts massaging her arm, and then she takes another one and just takes a sip out of it and
Just leave me one.
just sits there.
You're more than happy
Sure.
to have the other ones. One would
I
be
already
nice.
took two.
Yeah,
so-
that's great. I'm happy with one. Just in case something worse happens, right? You gotta be prepared out here.
We need to go back in there.
You need to sit down and, catch
No,
your breath.
she stands up and starts walking back towards the camp, and we
Well,
see her. She starts just going through the tattered tents that are there and going through all the equipment and everything.
I don't think you're in any state to help us. I think
Yeah,
if
what
we
are
get
you-
involved in something...
It's an absolute maze down there. You
Well,
guys are I'll know where they are. I can stand back once we get in, but I know how to get in there.
it's a cave. I think we all know how to get in there.
I mean, she
There's-
might be right though, Wyatt.
Those
Those minds get confusing.
I'd rather cut down on the amount of people that might get hurt, but it's up
I
to
mean,
us.
I've already been hurt.
More hurt.
Yeah, but I mean,
killed.
like,
I can't
death
leave my
is probably
team
the
behind.
next part.
I can't leave my team in there.
She's
Alright.
a grown woman, boys.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything about that.
Thank
I'm
you.
saying that she's injured.
Yeah.
It's the injury.
I'm fine.
Why do you gotta go there?
Bandaged
It
me
has
up,
nothing to do with
took
yeah.
the things. Maybe if I could get another one of those little health thingies that they gave us.
You
Mine-
also need to
they
cool
took
it on the
all
health thingies.
They're expensive.
Okay.
They're not cheap, and that comes out of our budget
fair.
too, right? We have to pay for those ourselves.
You what?
What?
There's just a storehouse, isn't? Oh, should I not have been?
Are you just taking them?
Well, they're just there.
I mean, I've been going with Arlette every time to take them, so
Am I the
I
only
thought-
one that's
yeah.
paying for it?
Fucking.
Fucking
I thought it was just like a bonus.
right. Oh well.
I just assumed they would equip us, so
for
I
the-
didn't really ask anyone.
I'm happy we're talking about this now. Don't mention it to Ender.
I barely know her.
Right. We do barely know Ender, and they might get really upset with us that we were stealing.
She picks up a sword off the ground and begins walking back into the cave.
No, I.
Are you guys following me or not?
Yes, at the very least, let us go first.
Okay. How come? No, I'm going to lead the way.
Yeah, this is a great plan to not get you killed. If you're
Do
out,
either of you have a light?
Yeah, I bet why it does.
Why pulls out matches, lights a cigarette. Yes. Do you need a smoke?
I don't know. No, I mean like a lamp or a lantern, a
Our
torch
packs
even.
would have had like we set up
Yeah,
camp
you
last
guys,
night.
you
We
guys have
must have.
torches and stuff.
I
Or not
do.
torches. Sorry, you guys definitely have a lantern.
I do have a lantern.
I'm. Arlette's taking her her warhammer out too. So I've
Sick.
got this little hammer that's usually strapped to my pants on the side, but it's upon closer inspection definitely not for nails.
Could
Sick.
you also
Does it
use it for
have-
nails, though?
Well, I mean,
I
a
mean-
hammer's a hammer, right?
Any tool's a hammer. Every tool, actually.
Yeah.
White flips off the little buckles holding the revolvers in his holsters. Right. Well, we're not really sure what. Well, we do have a good idea of what we're getting into, but can't be too safe. No. You can't be too safe, baby. I don't know.
Yeah.
I lost.
Yeah.
This
And we
sentence
are
got
not
away
there.
from me.
Okay, I'm going into the. I'm
Yeah,
going
she's
back
already
into the
gone.
line now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why are we standing
yeah.
around while I'm giving a speech of some kind? Let's go.
As you walk through, who's holding up a lantern, by the way?
I'll do it. I've got my hammer, and I'm leading with the lantern.
Okay. As you walk through, you can tell that there was some kind of, it was definitely carved out at one point. Every now and then you see like a wooden beam across. There was definitely an old mine here at some point in time. But the walls have started to come down. It's wide enough for you guys to walk comfortably, but side to side, it might be a little rough to have two people going along at the same time. So what order would you guys like to go in? She's ahead of you guys for sure.
I'll go front.
Okay.
Do you want to be in the middle, Velum?
I'll take middle.
All right.
Okay. As you guys go through, everyone give me a perception check.
17.
I finally got my
19.
6.
19, 6, and 17.
17.
Because Arlette's so much taller than Velum, so I can't like see over her shoulders.
Why you said 17, right?
17, yeah, not 19.
Yeah, okay, 1, 7. And Arlette, you got 19?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. That's where it came from.
Yeah, as you go through, she's definitely like pretty far ahead of you guys, but not so far enough that like she's hanging back to allow you to give her light to move forward. As you go up, there's you come across like a split, a Y, and she just goes straight down to the one on the right, and you come up and there's a small little room. You can see some old rusty metal things around. It might have been tools or something at some point in time, but they're well rusted at this point in time. More beams across here. Seems like at some point in time this might have been a larger room, but there's rooms or entrances off to either side, and she just barrels off to the left. You're going for a couple of minutes when you notice that the light ahead of you doesn't seem to be hitting anything in front of her, and she comes to a stop, and you can hear it's really quiet. The commotion that you heard earlier on before you guys went into the cave is definitely not present anymore. You can hear the drop of water here and there, and you can tell that there's a kind of a bigger opening coming up where you all are right now. And she just kind of takes a few steps back, and as you come up to her, she turns around and says, This is where I last saw them. This room is pretty large. Yeah, there's some old construction things in here. There's some old buildings almost. It's a very large room. It's very dark in here, and we'll have to keep the lantern lit, but watch out. I haven't heard anything or seen anything yet, but they're definitely in here somewhere.
Have you explored past this?
No.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do? As you step out past this opening here, the light does not reach the ceiling, and you can see at the edges of the light some old there's little small buildings that have been carved out of the rock as they've been digging through the area around here. You can see some more metal things in the ground here and there. There's actually a big, might have been some kind of like a crate or something, but it's metal and it's filled with some kind of an ore of some sort there off to the side, and one side of it is broken open and it's just spilled everywhere on the ground. And actually, Arlette, as you do take a step in, you can see on the ground blood. It's difficult to say how old it is, if it's new or not. And as you just take a few more steps in, you can see off in the distance, just barely can tell that there's bones in the center of this room. It's difficult to say how many, but the fact that you can see them from here is concerning.
You guys should let me go ahead. Kara, you don't have any advantage from this point forward, so I really don't think you should be in front anymore.
Okay.
So Arlette will move out in front with the lantern, and what do you guys think? Should we go to the center? Should we creep around the edge?
I mean, I'm a good shot from a distance, so if you want, I can take a little trot around the edge.
All right. Maybe is there a sense of how large this room is? Or is it just complete darkness?
It's complete darkness after, I'd say, like 80 feet or so.
Okay.
It's difficult to say if it goes much further than that. But there's a few of these like stone buildings and just like stalagmites and sticking up out of the ground in areas.
All right. I think Arlette is perhaps going to unwisely go investigate the bones.
And
sure.
As Arlette does that, Wyatt's going to stealth, kind of keeping an eye, like a watch on Arlette, but kind of doing a perimeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Velum will go with Arlette, but like walking backwards as she's walking forwards, keeping an eye behind.
Okay. Kara's gonna stay in between Arlette and Velum. She's definitely hugging closer to Arlette.
Rude, but that's fine.
Not that you see it anyway. You're back on.
Yeah.
Everybody, give me another perception check at this point. And I will say, actually, hold on, wait, and get your results. What did you get?
Dirty 20.
We got a 19 again.
6 again.
Amazing. Dirty 20. Wyatt, as you're kind of staying back from the rest of them, you notice some movement off. As she moves up further, you can see that you still can't see like the stone wall as you would expect it to come up from the other side there, but you can see like an area that hasn't been, I guess, excavated out as much, and it kind of raises up a bit, just bigger boulders and stones and everything, almost like a semicircle, maybe let's say 60 feet from where Arlette is standing now, with in front of the bones.
So 60 feet from Arlette?
Yeah, I'll say you're 60 feet back, and you're about 10 feet from the wall.
10 feet from the wall. Can I split the difference between me and Arlette?
Mm-hmm.
And without even really thinking about it, Arlette, you hear almost like a whisper in your ear. Arlette, there's some movement up ahead, 60 feet, that direction.
Okay.
You've Arlette, you've experienced Wyatt's
weird whispers. Wyatt's weird whispers.
Almost uncanny. That is the name. His almost uncanny ability to throw his voice a long distance.
Wyatt
quietly.
did not. This is an actual skill I have. It's telepathic, to be technical about it. Wyatt did not name it Wyatt's Weird Whispers, but I think you guys did name it Wyatt's Weird Whispers.
Yes. Yeah.
Only Arlette, I think. Yeah, it's only one creature at a time, so only Arlette hears that.
Okay. She immediately snaps her attention over there.
Okay. Did you still want to look at the bones there?
Yeah, I would say she's like, in terms of D&D mechanics, I would say that she's got like a defensive stance on.
Okay.
Is walking forward.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. 14.
14. You kind of you bend down to get a closer look at the bones, and there's definitely some fresh blood around them, and you find a few pieces that have meat still hanging off of them, but most of the bones here are of varying sorts. There's 100% some human bones here, but mostly animals. Probably a fair amount of actual wolf bones as well, but it's hard to say exactly what they might be. They're definitely mostly animal bones, but you see a few skulls here and there. None of the skulls have any meat attached to them. Some of them have chunks missing out of them, broken in half, and you can see a few that are definitely tooth marks. You hear Kara coming up behind you, and she kind of takes a knee next to you and is looking at the bones as well, and suddenly she falls forward. You can hear almost like a snap, and she screams in pain, and you can see that her arm underneath where the bandages were just completely snapped in half, and she falls to the ground lying down, clutching one arm with her other hand, screaming in agony as blood starts to pour out of her arm. Wyatt, you see as this happens more movement up ahead, just shadows from the light.
Wyatt's gonna fire a warning shot.
What does that look like?
Quick. Well, he already had his revolvers out.
Yeah.
He quickly flips one, aiming at the shadow, and then knocks his wrist up a little bit. The revolver itself, the one in his right hand, both of them look near identical. Black metal, larger than any rifle, or larger than any revolver that might have been commonly seen in towns or cities. Not that they're all too common in general. Embedded with some kind of runes, it looks like there's engravings all along the entire revolver itself, and it looks like in certain light it has this like almost like gasoline sheen to it, like this oily purple look to the black metal. And he tends to keep them well kept, but he aims towards this movement, and then at the last second pops his wrist up just a hair to miss the shot, and the bullet rips through the air, howling like a demon, and explodes against the wall on the far end of the cavern, kind of illuminating as it goes, this horrific purple light that follows the bullet as it smashes against the other side.
As the purple light explodes out of, I guess, the bullet, as it hits the other side of the cave wall, you can see probably about 20 feet beyond where you see the like stack of stones there, is the other side of the cave. And with that purple light that comes out of it, you see for just a split second these shadows cast up across the ceiling, and there are maybe 4 things back there. Difficult to say exactly what they are from it, but there's definitely 4 things moving out just beyond the stones there. Kara is writhing in pain and begins to roll around, and she is screaming bloody murder, and her arm, you can see, like, snapped off in the center, is just flopping around. She grabs onto the front of the arm and tears it free from the rest of her arm, and she stands up, and you can see ripples moving underneath her arm where she ripped it off, and the bones from it begin to grow forward. She's screaming in absolute agony as this is happening, and suddenly she takes her hand away from her missing arm, takes it up to her face, and just digs into her skin, ripping the skin free from her face. You can see the bones underneath her face begin to jut forward, fangs coming up from in her jaw. Her hair starts to fall off, her skin is falling off, her eyes come out, and you can see eyes growing back again, and she just arches back, still screaming in pain. And after a few moments of this, you see fur coming out on her. She is now standing maybe 15 feet tall, white fur covered in blood. She's a werewolf.
So
And
yes.
she stands there in the center, and she looks back towards the stone wall that you saw back there, stone-ish wall. And she whips back towards you guys again, looks once again back towards the other side of the cave, and screams out, "Children, I bring you flesh." Roll initiative.
No! I should have shot her.
I knew I should have said I stabbed her while she was transforming.
I didn't. I wasn't going to interrupt.
Yeah.
Should we make that an episode?
Well, that's
I
going
was
to
kind
be.
of thinking.
Oh,
That's,
okay, yeah.
that's going to be beyond an episode.
Okay,
I think.
Yeah.
But do we need to stop recording? Or will long recordings fuck you up?
No, we can.
Okay.
We can stop recording there, and I think we're pretty much at our window for tonight's recording session. Either way, hell yeah, fucking getting into it. I'm gonna be like that meme that. Oh my god, my mind just blanked out. So anyway, I'm blasted.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I
I
started
started
blasting.
blasting.
Yeah.
Jesus, my brain.
Welcome
Fuck
to my
yeah.
world.
That was fun.
Tracks.
That was
Fuck
very
yeah.
fun. Werewolves! Oh, someone's gonna get bit and we're gonna turn into fucking werewolves instantly. It's gonna be Velum.
Fuck you. I got good con.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mine's actually okay. Mine's not the worst.
I
No,
should say I've
I-
got alright con.
Yeah.
Mine's alright.
I got a +4 to my saving throw, so
Mechanics wise,
enough?
that was an Eldritch Blast I casted from my gun, not normal gun stuff.
Actually, before we do end our recording and everything,
Yeah, I already
I know I
stopped.
said for you guys. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. We'll leave it for the next one.
You want
I'm
me
still
to
recording.
start?
What's up?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Okay, we'll wait for Josh to start recording.
No, that's going to be a nightmare. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Alright.
putting that together.
Okay. I know I said
It's
to roll
Master's Foot.
initiative, but everybody give me a trauma check.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
Hmm.
Which
Hey,
is my
we can
most
do
traumatic
podcast
dice?
magic, Patrick. You can just deliver the line that you need us all to, make a trauma check.
I got a 16.
I got 3.
I also got 3.
Ooh.
This makes total sense. No, but it does, because I was like, I'm thinking about like next time when we do this, and one of the first things that Arlette's gonna do is have her body transform into a partial
Good.
like
Yeah,
animal.
perfect. Oh, great.
Spoilers. Well, I'll just let you guys know now. You're going to be rolling your initiative with disadvantage.
Hell yeah. I'll wait. To
Oh,
roll
fun.
that. Patrick, can you say that? Can you just deliver the the trauma check line?
And with that, I know I just said for you guys to roll initiative.
No. Forget the initiative bit.
Okay. And with that, I would like you guys to roll a trauma check.
And now, say the thing about rolling initiative.
Okay, so with a 3, you guys are going to be rolling your initiative with disadvantage. So roll for initiative.
Hell yeah. Okay, great. I'll cut that together. Fuck yeah. Exciting. Very exciting.
I'm very pumped.
I got some Eldritch Blast shenanigans to get up to. Very excited about it. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to end our recording for tonight. Yeah, we're at our little cutoff.
Yeah.
I would have.
I was-
Yeah.
I was hoping to get there a little bit sooner, but
It's D&D.
That's how one-shots fucking work.
Yeah.
It's like, good.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fast. They just have to get out of town to this mine site, and then as soon as they're there, they'll get to the fight. It's like, yeah.
Cut
okay.
to us
Look at
being
this
like,
path in the woods.
cut to
Make
us
a
being like,
cooking check.
Yeah.
look at these.
listen, one thing that I wanted to do was to add in some random useless skills like that cooking
That's
that just
perfect.
pop
I
up
love
from
it.
Yeah.
stupid bullshit.
I also love it.
And I'm so happy we got to get that in there.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait for battle boats to show up at some point in time.
We need a boat for. Well, we came up on a boat.
We did come up on a boat.
There are boats about.
There are boats boats about.
There's boats about.
Amazing. Well, Patrick, thank you so much. Friends, thank you so much for our little first session of Silvistead, our new series. Very fucking stoked. Obviously, getting straight into a fight. I think we'll try to get a schedule of doing 2 recording sessions like this in a row, and then we're gonna have a talk back kind of about those 4 episodes, which is going to be supporter only, to kind of keep that going, and then we'll do another 2, and the cycle will continue. What else do we
Sweet.
have going? If you missed the announcement, merch.nofame, merch.nofame.ca, Powerwolf Kill Tea is in our store. Powerwolf Kill, get yours, get killed by a wolf today. Is that bad advertising? I think
mean,
that's...
it tracks for this episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
it
I'm
will-
really upset. I just realized, Patrick, that you got me to do a luck check, and I've got this fucking dope ass coin that I didn't flip.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I never flip my coin. I don't know why. Maybe
So
I don't.
flip-
Alright, from now on, luck checks will be D2.
D2s. Amazing. Hell yeah. Friends, thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling out. Thanks for getting in chat with all of the shenanigans. So distracted all the time by chat. But now I'm not a DM. I'm just reading stuff. It's great. Oh god, why do I always forget it? Let's look at who is rateable. How about that? We'll figure that
We gotta get Nut Coin up above 0.
food. Oh, look. Yeah, we do. Our good friends live from the apocalypse are streaming. We love the whole gang. All of them. All of them are amazing. And they're always raising money for charity. We're going to raid live from the apocalypse. Friends, thanks again for chilling out. And we will all catch you
Powerwolf.
No, we'll catch you later on. Stick around for the raid. Bye.
Yay, bye.